Hey guys, welcome back. So I was gonna go live while I'm sitting here at Walmart. The wife and daughter are inside doing some shopping, and apparently I had to have 50 subscribers in order to go live on my phone. So we need to get that subscriber count up, guys. Start sharing this channel with your friends, with your enemies. Make sure to subscribe yourself, like, comment down below. I really haven't had a whole lot of comments, and I'm noticing that I'm having more views than I do subscribers, especially in my first two videos. I had it was in the teens for views, which was kind of surprising. I mean, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but to a channel that's just starting, it is kind of a little bit. I guess today, I know in the first couple videos I talked about growing up and everything, and it, you know basically growing up a lot of my life without my father around, and me and my family, we strongly believe that there's dads and there's fathers. Dads are the ones that stick around and do the dirty work, and they are there for their kids and all that stuff, and fathers are just basically sperm donors. That's why I say my father. And I want to take a second to recognize someone that has been there for me. My stepdad, he's been there. He came in when I was a teenager, and him and my mom got together, and it it was not always, like it wasn't a fairy tale or storybook thing. It was, he came in, and I wasn't always, the greatest. I'm still not the greatest. But looking back, I wish that I would have done things differently, and I would have been a better stepson. But through thick and thin, through everything that I went through and been through, he's really taken on that role and been there for me, and I really can't thank him enough for, um, you know, really just being there and treating me like I'm, one of his own. And that speaks volumes to somebody. Doesn't matter what age you are. Um, you, at some point, you tend to realize that that's what matters. And, you know, I don't think that I've ever said that out loud, how much I really appreciate him being there and everything that he's done. And it's been an honor having him in my life. And although I wish that, maybe they would have met sooner, so he would have been in my life longer, I am appreciative of the amount of time he has been there. Um, you know, and, over the time to come, however much time I have left, you know, I just, I want to try and do things that could make him proud that he's, you know, got me in his life. And that's why I continue with, you know, trying to find ways to do YouTube. And um I'm waiting. Unfortunately, now I'm waiting on disability because I'm sick, and I can't go back to work. And but at some point I'd like to make something of this, or my Twitch, or which Twitch I haven't started on yet, but we'll get there. Um, but really, I just want to say thank you to my stepdad for always being there, and for everything that he's done, and for all the support he's given, even though, let's face it, I don't deserve it. Um, but it's been an honor having him in my life. And I think I can say that the biggest thing that I'm proud of, and I think the biggest thing that anybody in my family would be proud of when I was a truck driver, I began driving truck at a time when, you know, I had just gotten over my panic disorder, which kept me in the house for like 2 years, I think. I didn't really leave the house. And to be a truck driver and not be home for extended periods of time and go from state to state, you know, it was it was just it was bittersweet because it was it was great to see the country, and not everybody gets to do that. Um I got to see a lot of things, a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, a lot of things that scared the hell out of me, a lot of things that just made me feel lucky. Um and I sacrificed a lot to do that. I sacrificed a lot of time with my kids and my family to be out there, but it was very rewarding. Um, I think honestly, I lived a lifetime in them years that I was on the road, and I've got everybody to thank for getting through that time because uh, at any given time I could call anybody, whether it be my mom or my stepdad or my wife or one of my kids or Rod. I had a list of people that at any given time I could call and just talk, just to pass the time, because you can only listen to so much radio. You can always listen to so many things on YouTube on your phone while you're driving. Like I had, of course, YouTube, Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, and I wouldn't watch stuff while I was driving, but I would just listen to it. I would listen to things that I had already watched so that, I don't have to watch it. I can listen to it and know what's happening. And you can only do that so many hours a day without having some kind of contact with somebody. And I didn't want to be one of them drivers that, gets into a truck stop at night and just forgot their social skills, forgot how to talk to people because you just don't talk to anybody for 14 hours a day. I guess I'll end this video with a really feel good story. And I was going through a rough time in life, and I was coming home, and I was just over the border of Michigan into Ohio at this truck stop. It was cold. It was miserable. It had been a really long day. I had been on my way home, and they had me running like this circle, this 100-mile circle for like 2 days because my company said rather than send me out somewhere, they would rather just keep me there. And there was loads that was picking up at this spot very, very north of Ohio, just barely in Ohio from Michigan, and going like 100 miles down or 50 miles down or whatever it was, and then just running back empty to get another load. And I was doing that for a couple days, and I actually paid like $90 or $100 a round. It was just like crazy money. So I did that for 2 days, did like 5 or 6 loads, really padded my paycheck that week. And I had done my last one, and they told me I could just empty move home the next morning. And so like I was like, if things would have went right, I would have been heading home that day. But I got held up on the last pickup of the day, and it took a little longer, so that didn't happen. So I stayed at the truck stop, and I'm sitting there. I ordered my food, and my food came, and this guy walks in. And the best way I can describe it is his attire was, if you ever seen Dumb and Dumber, and when Jim Carrey's character goes to meet that girl at the bar in the morning, and he's got that cowboy get up, with the poncho and everything. It's kind of what this guy looked like. And I noticed people laughing at him when he walked in, but I'm not that kind of person, you know, to each their own, you know, if however they feel comfortable. And he walked in and the waitress was like, your usual and everything, and he was like, yeah. So he obviously was through there often. And my food came, I folded my hands and I prayed before I ate, and he noticed this. And he walks over and says, mind if I sit down? I'm like, no, you know, go ahead. And I start to eat, and he says, you know, I noticed you prayed before you had your meal. And he says, you know, you don't see that a lot. And we had a discussion, and I told him, you know, that I did that. Now, I didn't always do that, but after Dale passed away, which we'll talk about Dale in a future video, I prayed every time I ate. I prayed every time I got done for the day. Every morning before I started, I said a prayer. And, you know, we had a discussion, and it was just because I folded my hands and prayed before I had my meal that he noticed and he wanted to come talk to me. And we had a good conversation while I ate. Literally, the conversation went so well that I ate my food. I'm fat. I want to eat. He didn't even, his food came and he didn't even eat. He just kept talking. He ended up packing up his food and taking it to his truck. But he had told me about how he had gotten this last minute load to pick up at this sugar plant. And he's like, because he had asked me where I was from, and I said, oh, I'm from this small town in Michigan up in the Thumb. And he goes, oh, I've been up there. Is it near Sebawang? And I go, it's called Sebwing. And he goes, oh yeah. He goes, people are, it's a really small town, people are really nice. I picked it from the sugar factory out there and ran it out to like the Jolly Rancher factory out in Wisconsin, or some candy factory out in Wisconsin. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he says, yeah, you know, everybody's really nice there and blah blah. So it was really cool to meet a truck driver who wasn't from Michigan, that had been in my hometown. And literally, he let me pour out my heart to him and talked about things that I was going through in life. And literally, before I left, he prayed with me and asked the Lord to help me with, you know, the struggles I was having. And it was just really great. And it was really heartfelt. And, you know, I ended up running into him in the morning because I was up at like, I think I could start running at 4. So I was up at 3 and I went in to use the bathroom and everything, and I actually passed by him again, and he gave me a hug. And because this was, you know, way before, you know, COVID times and stuff, he gave me a hug and told me to take care and be safe. And I told him the same. And he said, maybe we'll cross paths again. Unfortunately, we never crossed paths again, but he was the nicest guy. And it was just one of them things that you just can't believe that someone is so nice and so genuine. And unfortunately, people were judging him by what he was wearing, but I just didn't, because that's just him. That's his style. And great guy. I believe his name was Richard. If you ever see this, thank you very much. Life did take a good turn after that. Unfortunately, it's back on hard times, but I am so thankful and appreciative that I got to meet you and got to talk to you. So I hope you guys liked today's video. Like, subscribe, share it with everybody, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.